Okay, linear inequalities. Solving linear inequalities is very much like solving linear equations, right? So the inequality means not equal. In other words, you're going to have something that's less than or greater than instead of just equal. Okay, but it's the exact same steps for solving an equation with a couple of differences. You'll always want to move your variables to the left-hand side. Now, we've already been doing that for the most part in solving our equation, so that shouldn't be too new, but I do have to remember if I have an inequality, I do want my variable on this side. With an equation, technically it can be on either side. But this, let me get my pen. This and this are two different things. Unlike if you had an equal sign, these are the exact same thing, so it doesn't matter. But these are two different things. I need that variable on the left-hand side. Okay, and in the very last step, when you divide by a number to get your x by itself, right? If it's negative, you got to remember to flip this sign. If you're changing signs, which is what happens when you divide by negative, you got to change all the signs. Okay, so in the beginning, once I realized, oh, I've got some kind of equation slash inequality that's linear, I have my steps. Get rid of fractions. There's not any. Get rid of parentheses. Okay, so first step, doesn't matter if it's a less than or an equal sign, the steps are exactly the same. So getting rid of parentheses by distributing that 3. Then you do any math you can do on each side, right? Simplify each side. On this side, I've got some x terms I can combine. And on this side, I've got some constants that I can combine. Then you put all your variables on the same side, and it must be the left side if I have an inequality. Okay, so that we have 5x plus 3 is less than 6. Undo anything being added or subtracted to the variable. And then undo anything being multiplied to the variable. All right, so finally, your answer is x less than 3/5. Now, in addition to leaving your answer in this form of an inequality, they're also going to ask you to graph it on a number line. So what I need is to put the 3/5 on here. Less than, my arrow is pointing that way. So I'm going to draw an arrow this direction. And if it has an equal sign under here, I'm going to fill in my circle. If it does not, like this one, I leave an open circle. That means I'm not really counting this number, but everything less than that number. All right, let's try it again. Ooh, I have fractions, so I need a common denominator, which is 9. And I multiply everything, but not inside parentheses, but everything except inside the parentheses times 9. Now, 9 divided by 9 is 1. So this is 7 times y minus 5, less than or equal to 9 divided by 3 is 3. So this is 4 times 3, right? This was 7 times 1. 4 times 3 times y plus 5 plus 9 times y, 3 times 9. Get rid of parentheses. I got rid of fractions, so now get rid of parentheses by distributing 7y minus 35 less than or equal to 12y minus 60 oh, plus 60, sorry, there's a plus there, plus 9y minus 27. Combine like terms, do any math you can on each side, and on this left side there's nothing I can do. But over here I can combine my y's and I can combine my constants. 12y plus 9y, 21y. 60 minus 27 is plus 33. Okay, now put all my y's on the same side, and this must be on the left side. Okay, so that they're gone over here. Signs are different, so subtract the numbers. 21 minus 7 is 14. Keep the sign in front of the big one. Undo anything being added or subtracted to the variable. Undo anything being multiplied to the variable. Now, because I'm dividing by a negative, I have to flip that sign. So I've got positive y, not less than, but greater than or equal to negative. And both of these are divisible by 2, so I can simplify that fraction and make it 18 sevenths. Now, to leave your answer on a number line, you put the negative 18 sevenths. Okay, my arrow's going to point this direction, so I'm going to draw an arrow in this direction. And because I have the equal part, I didn't have it over here, but I do have the equal part here, I'm going to make that a solid circle. Okay, so exact same steps as solving an equation, except don't forget if you divide by a negative, you flip the sign, right? And put all, if you're not already, be sure you put all your variables on the left-hand side. Okay, you could have something called a compound inequality, okay, where there's two inequality signs. The signs always face the same direction. So a lot of times I have students that inadvertently write them like that. No, they have to face the same direction. So all I do now is perform the operation on 3 sides instead of 2, right? If this wasn't here, let's imagine that was gone, I would subtract 2 from both sides. Well, I'm just going to subtract 2 from all 3 sides. Your variable will always be left in the middle. You undo everything that's been done to the variable to get the variable all by itself. So there's no math to do on any side. I can't simplify anything further. There's no fractions. There's no parentheses, but I would still do all that if I had it. I'd just do it all the way across. Now, undo what's being added or subtracted to the x. Just undo it on all 3 sides. So signs are the same means add. Keep the sign of the biggest. 5x plus 0 is 5x. 7 minus 2 is 5. Then undo whatever's being multiplied. Just undo it on all 3 sides. Okay, so negative 1 less than x less than or equal to 1. Okay, and if I were leaving this on a number line, or plotting it on a number line, I'd have the negative 1 and the 1. This will get an open circle because it doesn't have the equal to between it, and this will get a closed circle. And then you connect it with your line. Closed circle if it has the equal, open circle if it does not. All right.